Hello, good afternoon, everybody. This is Lily Arguello. We're going to get started with the PIHRA member orientation. Thank you so much for setting this time aside. Just to do some housekeeping before we begin, I want to let you know that we'll be interacting via the chat box. There's not a lot of us today, so feel free to be as engaged as you would like. I am going to be pausing throughout the presentation to see if there's any questions. However, we will be interacting mostly, exclusively, actually, through the chat box or the question box. Can you, before we get started, all hear me? And if you can, please send me a quick note via the chat box or the question box. And I'll wait a couple minutes to make sure I hear from you all. Great. I'm so glad you can hear. That's a good thing. All right. Well, my goal is to make this as interactive as possible. We have a prize at the end of the webinar. I have the next 45 minutes with you. We may take up all the time. We may not, since we're a smaller group today. But I will be asking you a trivia question and at the end to see how much you've taken in. And the winner or the person who answers the trivia question first will get this beautiful PIHRA Padfolio. This is a Padfolio with our new logo. So if you haven't seen our new logo, this is it. It's pretty beautiful in colors. We're still kind of in a beta launch with our logo refresh. So as you see, not all of our PowerPoint is using the new logo, or all of our collateral isn't all set. But this is a great preview for you. All right, so let's do some introductions here. My name, again, is Lily Arguello. I'm in the middle. I'm the membership manager, and I've been with PIHRA for 5 years now, coming in May. So it's one of my favorite jobs I've ever had. I love working with the HR community, and I'm passionate about helping people be successful, and have worked in the HR field as a consultant in the past in the organizational development area. And so really excited to meet you all and to be of service. And Ellie Sett is with me. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. Again, like Lily mentioned earlier, thank you for joining us on today's webinar. Ellie Sett, and I am on the far right on the slide. I'm the membership coordinator here at PIHRA. I've also been here with PIHRA for about 3 years, I think, now. Yeah, so it's been great. Our staff here is great. Our team is great, and we're going to introduce a couple of them on the next slide. So yeah, feel free to interact. I'll be answering some questions in the chat box if you have any questions throughout the webinar. But yeah, stay engaged, and we look forward to connecting with you.
Yeah, Ellie Sett's my right hand here, so and is also likely to be the first one that you speak to if you call into the office. So our contact information is on this slide, as well as Dylan Robertson. He's the chair of the membership committee, so he helps manage all of the membership chairs at the 17 chapters, and we'll talk about the chapters during this presentation. But he's a volunteer leader, so I'm also going to talk about volunteer leadership opportunities that this association, your HR association, offers, because I think it's a great way to hone your leadership skills. It's a safe place. It's a great way also to gain visibility within the HR community. So again, if you have any questions about that, I'll cover a little bit about that. But we're very accessible. We're a great team. We've been doing some great work together and building the organization for you. So, all right, as Ellie Sett mentioned, excuse me, we're going to be introducing you to the organization a little bit right now and some of the key players. So PIHRA's mission is to engage, elevate, and serve the California human resource community through innovative programming, professional development, and high-impact networking opportunities. You know, PIHRA has been around for, it's going to be 75 years this year. So we were established in 1944 by a group of personnel managers, and they decided they wanted to meet and talk about the future of the human resource or personnel profession. For example, you know, they needed to create communities where people could talk about their experiences and exchange information, talk about the future of, you know, what are the sorts of skills and knowledge and competencies people needed to excel in this sort of profession. And so they decided to meet in Los Angeles. We used to call our chapters, all 17 of them, by district numbers. And so our PIHRA Los Angeles chapter that meets out of downtown is District 1. So yeah, that's how we started. I also like to say at this point in my presentation that we were established before SHRM, the Society of Human Resource Management, but we are an affiliate of SHRM. So we're friendly, but we were started before them. And yeah, I believe they were started in Ohio in 1948. So if you guys are history buffs, there's that. All right, let's introduce you to some key folks here. I talked about volunteer leadership. Well, Patty Ann Sprinkle is the 2019 president of the PIHRA Board of Directors. She has over 30 years of experience in HR, has been very active in PIHRA for the last 15, 20 years, particularly in the Antelope Valley. She helped start the chapter in Antelope Valley. I believe they meet out of Palmdale. Yeah, and so she's been integral to PIHRA and its success. So you too could eventually be the president of the PIHRA board. Now there's a lot of opportunities, so I'll be sprinkling that information throughout this presentation in terms of how to volunteer and be a volunteer leader. Rafael Rivera is also on this slide. He's our fearless leader here on the staff. I don't know if I mentioned this, but we're the largest SHRM chapter in the nation. So we have a large staff. We have 9 people on our staff right now. And as Elisa said, we are a great team. I love my team here. And really credit Rafael for bringing us together, creating some great programming experiences, and really making the PIHRA annual conference into what it is today. And now it's called the California HR Conference, and there's people throughout California, even throughout, you know, the north, our continent, put it that way, that come to our conference. We have people coming from Africa and the Bahamas, so I'll talk a little bit more about our conference in a bit, but if you haven't gone, you should go. All right, these are who your peers are if you join or if you're a member. This has to be updated, and we're so busy I haven't finished updating this. So these are 2018 member stats. I'll try to, you know, tell you if anything's changed if I can. So we have 17 chapters in 5 counties throughout Southern California. We're actually over 4,600 members this year, so I am really excited about that, and hoping to God that we are able to sustain that for you, so that you are connected with the largest community of HR, local HRs in the nation, basically. Our members represent, you know, approximately 2,400 companies. You know, I need to do the math, but we impact probably, you know, 1 to 1.5 million employees through our members. So it's pretty significant. Most of our members are in the manager and generalist area, so HR managers and generalists. 24% are directors and above, and the rest are either HR admins, coordinators, entry-level folks, and or service providers. And we call service providers those individuals who are natural partners to the HR profession. So staffing folks, benefit folks, financial advisors to 401k plans, vendors for employee recognition events or corporate events. So yeah, also important to note is right around 35% of our members are HR certified through HRCI or SHRM. So if you have any questions about certification, I will try to answer them, but it's really important to our members to be certified, and they get their recertification credits at our monthly meetings and conference. Top industries represented by our members are the manufacturing industry, consulting industry, and healthcare. And a lot of our members have over 100 employees. So yeah. That's who your peer and cohort is. All right, let's move on and talk a little bit more about us, if I can. Always get the cursor. Except, all right. So I talked about us being in California. We know California. If you're not a member, feel free to join. You'll get these slides, by the way, around in the hour after the webinar finishes, so you don't have to take many notes. But if you're not a member and want to join, feel free to go to PIHRA.org/join, and then use PIHRA15 the promo code field to get $15 off the $150 annual membership. Advance your career with PIHRA. I'm going to go through this deck and talk to you about a lot of different benefits, but this is where you're going to get consistent, accessible professional development, and you're going to meet those folks who will help advise you on not just your career, but things going on in the HR area. It's important to have outside resources and not wait until you're desperate for either your next job or something very sensitive happens from an HR perspective, and you have just no resources to ask how this has been handled in the past, what the common pitfalls are. So please do that. Okay, next we're talking about this benefit. If you're not a member, and if you are a member, please know that we've just upgraded our relationship with Think HR. They provide a online compliance center for our members. So this year, our members are getting not just an employee handbook builder, they're getting an employee handbook builder for all 50 states. So if you have operations in California, Texas, New York, you'll be able to tailor the employee handbook for those offices here on this platform. We had 12 live calls in the past for our members. Now there's a telephone-based consulting service that you have access to. The consultants are senior HR certified folks. You could call them an unlimited amount of times to get advice, to get input, to get forms, just get a quick resource too. So you get the regular compliance center. It has hundreds of webinars, of forms, of policies, of employment law summaries. It's just a lot. One of the big things I want to highlight is that now we're offering so if you don't have it, please check it out. If you're having trouble logging on to this, I see a typo on the slide, but go to PIHRA.org/workplace and get instructions on how to get in there. Or call me and Elisette, we will help you. All right, let's talk about networking. I probably haven't emphasized enough how important it is to network. Please maintain your professional and personal network. For me, I talk about this because it's really easy for me to alienate, and the worst thing you can do as a professional is keep everything to yourself. Ask for help. Build your board of advisors, your HR board of advisors. One of our volunteer leaders calls it their HR Fab Five. So if you've ever gone through a sexual harassment suit in the office or some sort of PAGA claim or employment law issue, employee relation issue, it's really important to have that network that you can call and speak confidentially about how they might have dealt with it. So, this is priceless. So let's talk about how to do that at our 17 chapters. When you're a member, you are a member at every one of our chapters. However, you do select your preferred chapter. It's probably going to be that chapter that either is closest to your home or work, or that you feel most connected to for whatever reason. We have 17 chapters. They all have a different board. They all have a different culture. They're in a different area of LA. And if you know LA, the West LA culture is a lot different than, if you go to the East Side, like Inland Valley or, Cerritos. It's just different. So you wanna find a place that you're more comfortable in. Just to give you a little information about our chapters. So this is South Orange County. They meet at Newport Beach. They're our largest chapter. So if you want to connect with as many people as possible at once, go to South Orange County monthly meetings. Their meetings have between 80 and 100 people at them every month. And they're a phenomenal group. I really like working with this group. So you might like them as well. PIHRA Los Angeles here, that's in our downtown area. They're our second largest. They don't have as many people at their monthly meetings just because they meet in the center of downtown LA, and I think parking's an issue. But they are having a mixer this Friday. I'll talk about that in a moment. So if you want to connect with them, they're a really great group too. Our third largest group is North OC. They're a more traditional group. They meet monthly, large group. So they meet out of North Anaheim. And so, that might be something convenient to you. We go as far north as Ventura County. They meet out of Camarillo. Santa Clarita meets out of the Santa Clarita. And like I mentioned earlier, Antelope Valley meets out of it's a great place to get connected and meet people. We have over 4,500 members. I think it's even close to 4,600 members. So there's countless. Each of our chapters meets monthly. They also have mixers, especially this spring and summer. You're going to see in a moment. We also have our PIHRA Legal Update, our California HR Conference, and we piloted this new program that I don't even have up here. I think I should. It's called PIHRA Real HR. That's been a phenomenal success, where we talk about real issues and we create a safe zone for HR managers to talk about what the issues that they feel are impacting them, or the issues that are impacting just the environment, the workplace environment. So check those out if you haven't gone or attended any of those. We have 3 specialty groups as well. So PIHRA Foundation is one of our specialty groups. It's actually its own entity, its own 501c3. It exists to raise funds for scholarships and programs for the HR community, so you do not have to be a PIHRA member to be awarded one of the scholarships. And they also serve the community through their workforce readiness initiative. They have published a couple of booklets. One, for example, is called You and Your First Job, and they'll go out to high schools and junior colleges and talk and do mock interviews and talk about how to prepare for a first job. On this slide, here's some deadlines for their next scholarship. This is for the HR certification scholarships. So if you want to get or you have applied to get your HR certification, please visit PIHRA.org/foundation and find out if you'd be eligible for this. The deadline's coming up quickly, April 26th. They also offer 2 stipends to the California HR Conference. That'll open up, that scholarship app will open up probably in May. And the stipends are for people who are not employed, or who, I believe they might accept people who are underemployed, so you want to check that out. And if you want to be a service, this is a great group to be a service with. They host a silent auction every year at the California HR Conference to raise money for their scholarships. So they earn anywhere between $15,000 to $25,000 each year on this, and they could always use help with the silent auction. No questions yet?
No questions.
Are we set? Okay, all right. Club PIHRA, they're our next specialty group that I want to talk to you about. I call them the fun side of HR, but we're all actually pretty fun. So Club PIHRA really focuses on the HR practitioner that is responsible for corporate events, employee recognition, that summer picnic you need to put together. And they have quarterly meetings where they introduce you to venues and or vendors. Save the date for Friday, June 14th. They're going to be at Los Alamitos Racetrack, and a lot of times they include a program. So if you're certified, you can get recertification credit. So just a great way to get connected with our community. And they have great events. So if this is something you can't make, they do things at Six Flags, Magic Mountain, at Knott's Berry Farm, and then afterwards you get access into the park. So I've even thought of taking my daughter before, because I think it's $35, and you get your lunch, you get your program, you get this vendor fare, and you also get into whatever venue, and you're able to enjoy the venue. So lots of fun with And I think this is a great topic. I might even go to this event, because a lot of the times, if you're a middle manager or an independent contributor, sometimes you might not have the authority, but you are able to lead certain things. And so I'm very interested to hear what this presentation is about. Follow the YPs on Twitter, get email notifications by going to this URL, or just check out #PIHRAYP. And they're a great group. I'm really proud of them. We actually won the SHRM Pinnacle Award in 2015 for our work in this area. community service. I took on some leadership roles in professional organizations. So, and it was really impressive, and it helped me get a couple of my jobs too. So it's just a great way to do that. There's a lot of ways you can volunteer. There's short-term volunteer opportunities and longer-term. You could be a conference volunteer. If you're interested, let us know. We'll let you know how to get on the distribution list for that. We get hundreds of people wanting to volunteer, so you do have to apply. You can go to one of our chapters and just take on a short-term committee position, because we know you may not be able to take something more long-term on. You could take on a chapter board position, so maybe be the membership chair or the program chair, or something that you think will help you gain the experience that you need. So if you're very interested in training, you might want to get involved on the program committee to develop your training and development skills, or not develop them, but contribute what you have to PIHRA and to the community. And then eventually you could become a PIHRA board member. So our board is around 12 folks. There's 6 positions that represent the chapters, and then there's the usual, the president-elect, secretary, finance. I'm probably missing one, but so those are at the higher level of the organization and really kind of govern the direction of the organization. So I encourage you to volunteer. No questions, huh?
No questions.
Are you sure you don't have any questions? I see you guys there. All right. Let's talk about getting out there. I have a question. I'm going to pause for the question. Michael, thank you. I see that you have the word question, but yeah, let me know if you need anything. I want to keep this fun for you guys. Anyway, have you gone to any of our mixers or events? Let us know if you've enjoyed them. If you haven't gone, check one of these out. I'm sure there's one near you. I'm going to be at this tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to the PIHRA LA wine tasting. It's at the San Antonio Winery. So come meet me. I'll be friendly, and we'll have fun. Yeah, any of these are pretty low cost. So if, money is an issue, I get that. These probably cost between $20 and $30, where the monthly meetings may cost a little bit more because there's a larger meal component and there's a program involved. May 2nd, Long Beach karaoke is going to be fun. Great place to meet people. PIHRA South Bay is a great group. They're going to be in Redondo Beach on May 15th. And if you're in the South OC or North San Diego County area, I'm going to be at PIHRA #RealHR in La Jolla, and we're going to be talking about cannabis in the future of how that will affect the workplace. That'll be May 29th. So let's see, is there another question?
Yeah, we have 2 questions.
Oh, great. Okay, yay. Let's see. Do the PIHRA young professionals meet across Southern California? Or just in Pasadena? No, they try to meet in different regions. I think their last meeting was in Irvine. There's actually they're having something coming up in Irvine too, in collaboration with PIHRA South OC. So on April 17th, they're doing a YP resume clinic in Irvine. They've done an event in Pasadena. They've done an event in downtown. So they kind of stick to that area, more central. I want to say they've done something in San Gabriel Valley. I think the only region they haven't maybe gone to is like the Woodland Hills area or farther east, like out to Riverside. But I think that's coming. So great question. They just do quarterly events. They've done some things in West LA as well. So thank you for the question. That was great. Let's see. There's another one, I think. I hope that answered it. Can one still volunteer for the California? Yes, you can volunteer for the California HR question conference. You just have to, this is what I want you to do. If you could write this in for them. email programs@PIHRA.org, and the subject line should be, I want to volunteer for the CAHR 19. So programs with an S @PIHRA.org. Send them an email, say, I want to volunteer for CAHR 19, and you will be on the distribution list or placed on the distribution list for when those volunteer applications get sent. They'll be sent out probably in May. Again, it's an application process. Not everyone will be selected, but we try to get different people to fill different roles every year. So good luck. It's a great thing. Also, what's interesting is that you would volunteer one day, and then you get the next day, I believe is how it works, for free. So you could attend the conference for free on the next day. Okay, Elisette will be writing that in the chat box or somewhere there so that you have it. All right, let's move on. What time is it? Am I getting, I got a little bit of time. Networking, networking, networking. It's not who you know, it's actually who knows you. So that's why I really emphasize volunteering, because that's how people get to know you and your work ethic. And if something comes along that they because it's really important. But you can also network online. We have the PIHRA forum. This is where PIHRA members post questions, ask for advice, ask for referrals. It's easy, you just kind of need to get in there. You can also join the PIHRA LinkedIn group. This is for HR practitioners who are currently practicing HR, or if you're a member. So if you're not a member and maybe kind of a natural partner, you may not be approved. But if you are, then you will be approved pretty quickly. Connect with our members on Facebook. Yeah, there's plenty of ways, and we're also on Twitter and Instagram nowadays too. Okay, so if you're interested in finding out how do you develop professionally, what is the knowledge you need? Members get $15 off all monthly meeting registrations and a discount at our seminars and the annual conference. So that that's an advantage of becoming a member, is that you get the savings. California HR Conference. I cannot stress enough how awesome of an experience this is. If you're an HR practitioner and you're certified, you can get most of your certification credits that you'll need in 1 year at this conference. So usually you can get between 16.5 and 17 recertification credits, whether it's HRCI certification or SHRM certification. We have 70 learning sessions that you could choose from. It'll be hard to choose one because there's usually 2 excellent sessions per time spot. You know what I like the most is all the receptions. I think, yes, this is pretty tiring for us as staff, but I have so much fun. There's tons of ways to meet people. We have a comedy evening scheduled for you on Sunday. We have some receptions also on Sunday. We have a big evening event on Tuesday night. Receptions on Monday evening. Meet to eat. It's just countless ways to meet people and have a good time and learn at the same time. And that's what I think makes it so memorable. It's a smaller conference, so we have right around, I think we're hitting 2,800 attendees. So it's just big enough to have a, kind of richness and texture in terms of the people that you'll meet, but small enough so it's not where it's just overwhelming and crowded. So it's half the price of other HR conferences as well. So May 31st or May 30th, Actually, May 31st is our next price increase. It's $7.99 up until then for all 3 days for members. So if you have a training budget, you know, get it in there. I could pretty much guarantee you're going to enjoy and get a lot out of this conference. I think we even have a money-back guarantee for the conference. If you're not satisfied, we will give you your money back. And we have done it once, but only once in the last 5 years. So anyway, check out the California HR conference. It's going to be awesome. We also have online learning opportunities. So you'll get a lot of the sessions from previous conferences for free here now. You can buy it on demand when you sign up for a conference if you want it immediately afterwards. It takes us like a month. But I believe a lot of these sessions, I think you have to pay for them. I'm not sure. But we have a lot of free content on here too for members. So this is where you'd access that. Now let's talk about PIHRA Workplace, and then press the button that says Access PIHRA Workplace here. But you must be signed in to our website as a member to get in immediately. If you have any trouble getting onto the PIHRA Workplace, please call me or Elisette at this number or email us at the membership@PIHRA.org email. We want to help you get on there because it's so valuable. It's where you're going to get the most return on your membership and fee investment. So again, here's some highlights of what you're going to see. PIHRA Learn, this is access. You'll be able to administer over 250 interactive courses to your entire employee base. So you can set up learning tracks. So for example, if you need to do some safety and OSHA compliance stuff, you could build a whole track around that for those employees. If you have a customer service department, you can do some customer service course tracking. All the sexual harassment training and harassment training is on here. The employees can take the course and print out their own certificates, and you can track to see who took it or not. Huge value here, huge value. You also get PIHRA Live that I talked about. This is a telephone-based consulting service. They have a 99% answer rate. You can call them an unlimited amount of times this year, and they also follow up with documentation via email. So just a great resource. We have the PIHRACompile, which is kind of like the overall interface. It has a job description builder, a performance review tool, the 50-state handbook builder, white papers, webinars, policies and forms. It has a search, so you can, if you're searching for anything to do with wage and hour and what's going on with wage and hour in your city, you could probably find it on there. You just have to dig around. So be prepared to spend some time here, but it's definitely a great place to do some research. Our members have access to the PIHRA Career Center twice a month. I believe you'll get an email with the hottest jobs, HR jobs here in the greater LA area. If you want to post a job, this Career Center is national. So you would save 20% on a job post. And there's also different sorts of tools on there that will help you find employers and get different advice. So your next step, powered by Career Arc, is another PIHRA member benefit. So if you are interested in a career transition or in a tool to help with your workforce readiness or workforce transition initiative, this is a great resource to check out. So here's a URL to get your license. And if you're interested in purchasing this for your own employees, that's an option as well. So go check this out at PIHRA.org, your next step. We have this contract with Custom Corporate helping to train your workforce. This is a great resource for you. Let's see what else. Oh, we have member discounts at Cal Chamber. So if you go to PIHRA.org/discounts, you'll find out more about that and get any promo codes you need. We also offer discount to our members at Quick Park at LAX if you need to park your car for a quick trip. If you are at home one evening and need to gain access to the PIHRA website and it's not working out for you, please check out the website FAQs. If you go on the home menu, go to some last minute things here just to these are our last couple slides. If you're a SURE member, please make sure to fill out the primary chapter designation form. SHRM will donate a small portion of your membership dues to PIHRA just so that we can reinvest it in our program. You're going to receive emails from us. I just ask a favor, don't unsubscribe, but you can let us know if you're feeling overwhelmed and we could change some of your settings. But you'll get the PIHRA HR Weekly, which is our weekly e-newsletter with articles on everything going on with HR. We have ongoing monthly programs, so you get invitations to the programs for your preferred chapter, and then you get special notifications about our conferences and any special programs that we have going on. Contact us. Don't just feel like you can't reach out to us. We want to make sure you get the most out of your membership. So you're going to get this slide. And I know I'm committed to responding within 24 hours of a working week. And Elisette is my backup, so she's really good at responding. So please don't hesitate to contact us. And connect with us on LinkedIn, on Facebook, Twitter. Go to the forum to connect with our members. And if you want to get notifications on any other chapters besides your primary one, go to PIHRA.org, stay informed, and fill out that. And you'll get even more emails from us. I don't see any questions. So if you have any final questions, this is a great time. If not, I'm going to wrap up with the trivia question. So, all right. As I said when I started, the first person who answers this question via chat box will win the Padfolio. And so, the question is, how old is PIHRA? What year are we in terms of PIHRA? Okay, there's a response. And let's see. I think Marie Rodriguez, yes, we're 75 years old. You're the first one to respond. Yay! So I'm going to email you this deck right now, or give me like half an hour, and we'll reach out to you, Marie, to make sure we have your address and get you over the Padfolio. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your interest in PIHRA, and feel free to reach out to us so we can make sure that we help you get what you need out of this association. Take care and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.